You're welcome. All right, the court is calling 2025 CR 002828, State versus Rodney Garza. Could I have parties announced?
Andrew here, settlement for the state.
And Johnny Cisneros for Mr. Garza.
Are you Mr. Garza?
Yes, sir.
You're charged with driving while intoxicated, third or more. That's a third-degree felony. Range of punishment is anywhere from 2 to 10 years in prison and up to $10,000 fine. Did you understand?
Yes.
Did you review the plea bargain page with your attorney? Did you understand it?
Yes.
According to the plea bargain agreement, punishment is to be assessed at 10 years in the prison. The state recommends community supervision. They're taking in consideration 2024 PF 26950. Did you understand that to be the plea?
Yes.
Defense, is that the plea?
It is, Your Honor.
State, is that the plea?
Yes, sir.
Outside the agreement, the state is recommending that your community your community supervision be for a term of 10 years. There'll be a TAP evaluation, 200 hours of community service restitution, DWI intervention, VIP live, ignition interlock for half the term, 2-year driver's license suspension. Did you also understand that the court may place you in the Bexar County Jail for 10 days as a condition? All right. Did you understand that those are recommendations from the state and the court does not have to follow those recommendations?
Yes.
Then to the offenses charged, how do you plead? Guilty, not guilty, or no contest?
Okay.
Court will accept into evidence states exhibits 1 and attachments. The court has reviewed the same. The court will find there is sufficient evidence to find you guilty and the court will find you guilty. Are you proceeding with sentencing?
Yes, ma'am, please.
Anything you wish to say on behalf of your client?
Judge, we would like for the court to honor the plea bargain agreement. It's been years since my client has been arrested for DWI third or more. And we're asking that the court, well, his mother's very ill also.
Mhm.
So he's a caretaker for her. So we need him out here to help take care of her.
All right. So in taking care of your mother, are you receiving payment from the government for doing that?
No.
All right, because I don't allow people in this court to be home health care providers. You understand? Now, with regards to this 10 days in the Bexar County Jail, I do understand that your mom is ill. So you have a choice. You can do the 10 days in the Bexar County Jail, or either you can serve it on GPS.
That's just it.
All right. So are you employed?
Yes, ma'am.
What's your work schedule?
It varies because on events and all that. So right now, schedule like probably Thursday.
All right, what do you do?
I'm on like my back end section or kind of like psycho trade at the Boeing Center. I take work.
All right, so this is what I'm going to tell you. If you want GPS for employment, then you're going to be on GPS for 30 days. And it will be for employment only and your mother's medical appointments. That's it. So you will only be allowed for 30 days to go to work. And if your mom has a medical appointment, to take her to her medical appointments.
Okay, and it's just my mom and my dad. And my dad, he's already 87. He's gonna ready to walk through it and all that. So
Okay.
on both of them.
All right. And it appears that you drink approximately every 20 years. What's going on at that 20-year mark that's making you drink?
Well, this past one, it was the whole past last year was I think like April for Thanksgiving. And my brother passed away, and then my aunt passed away. Then my daughter got stabbed 45 times and all that. So I think I just.
All right. So here's the thing. When you're on probation, you're not allowed to drink at all. And then it appears that you're one of the people who cannot drink at all. Some people, they can drink, they take one drink and they're like, oh, okay. Or as my grandmother would always say, oh, I just nurse it. I'm like, what does that mean? And it's one drink the entire time. And so in your case, you can't drink alcohol. So you're not allowed to drink alcohol at all while you're on probation. And you should find some other activity. Okay?
Yes.
And Judge, I've gone over all those, all the advice that you've given him before with him. He can't drink even at home, anything like that, because just because you're drinking at home doesn't mean that an emergency won't happen. You have to get in the car and drive mom or dad to the hospital or something. So he understands.
Okay. All right. As previously stated, the court is finding you guilty. The court is going to sentence you to 10 years in the prison. The court will suspend your sentence for 6 years. And let me just tell you why I'm suspending it for 6 years. Because I understand that people react differently to tragedy. To have all of that happen in your family and counsel, is what he's saying true?
Yes, ma'am.
All right.
I've known him for years and years.
All right.
In fact, his aunt took care of my dad till he died.
Okay. And so your attorney is the officer of the court. Sometimes defendants will come before me and they will say, oh, well, this person is in the hospital and this person is in the hospital. And I'll turn to their attorney. I said, do you have proof of that? And they will say, no. So as an officer of court, he's telling me that he has knowledge of that. So that is why I'm not giving you a length and following the state's recommendation of a length for 10 years. I'm going to place you on 6 years because I realize that's a lot to hit somebody all at once. And then if you're battling your addictions, it's easy to fall off the wagon, as they say. But when things like that happen, you should already have a sponsor or somebody to call. You understand? So 10 years in the prison, suspended and probated for 6 years, regular reporting by Zoom or in person, regular random UAs, take in consideration 2024 PF 26950.
Approach judge.
Yes. Proof of employment within 30 days. No employment as a home health care provider or with minors. I'm going to do 30 days. GPS partial. Here's the thing about the partial GPS. If you want the fees waived, you'll have to go to the Bexar County Jail, correct? If you want the fees waived for GPS and want my order to mean something when I say fees waived, you'll have to report at the Bexar County Jail. They're not going to take you into custody at the Bexar County Jail, but you'll have to report at the jail for that GPS. Otherwise, if you don't want to do that, you'll have to pay for it. It's going to be approximately $300 or maybe $360 for that month. So, what do you want to do? All right, Ms. Abrams. So he said he's okay with waiting at the jail for them to put the GPS on. So it'll be 30 days GPS partial for employment and all medical appointments, of course, for himself and for his mom and dad.
Donna, what date does he have to report to the jail for the GPS?
Let me find out from probation. And I'll ask that the fees be waived. There'll be a TAP evaluation out of custody. And Ms. Abrams, we'll do a referral to felony drug court. I don't know if that's going to be a good fit for him with his parents and everything else that he's doing, but let's see. I'm going to want 60 sober meetings in 60 days. Ignition interlock for half the term. And that's 30 days GPS in lieu of the 10 days at the Bexar County Jail. And the court is ordering the 30 days GPS because of the hardship that the defendant would have if he were to serve the 10 days at the Bexar County Jail. And also because there are a whole host of health issues at the Bexar County Jail. And there's also overcrowding. So ignition interlock for half the term, DWI intervention, VIP live, DWI education, 2 years license suspension, 200 hours of community service restitution, field visits 1 time per month for 6 months. Probation, is there anything else? Is there anything else that you need from the court to be successful? All right, so we can go off the record. Here's
May I ask one question?
Yes.
Would the court consider allowing him to get an occupational license since he needs to get to work and take his parents and maybe even himself to the
Yes.
doctor? Thank you.
All right. Now, with regards to his reporting to the jail for the GPS, Ms. Abrams, when would be the best date? Okay. All right, so they'll discuss with you concerning that. Now, this is what I'm going to tell you about DWIs. I have yet to have somebody stand before me or to have a client say, you know what, my intention when I got up this morning was to go out to drink until I was intoxicated and to kill someone. But every day in Bexar County or somewhere in this world or in the United States, somebody is drinking and driving. They either hit somebody and killed them or change that person's life forever by hitting them and injuring them. This case could have easily been where you're driving, you have all these problems that are going on in your life. And believe me, other people are driving, they have a lot of problems going in their life too. And if you would have hit them and injured them or killed them, you'd have just compounded the problems they already have. So don't be that person. You understand? In this court, to be successful on probation, communication is key. If there is an issue, let your probation officer know about it. If you feel that the probation officer is not listening or not addressing it, you can always come back to court. Do you understand? All right, good luck to you.
Okay, thank you.
All right, thank you. Thank you,
Gracias,
counsel.
Juanita.
Oh, thank you. Look, everybody's calling me senorita now.
Thank you.
Ms.
Thank you.
Sean, pay attention to that. Everybody's calling me senorita.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you. I'm like, yeah. Court is calling 2024 CR 009895-03, State versus Arminio Rangel. Can I have parties announced?
Recommended for the state of Texas. Good morning, Judge Alfonso Cabañas from Mr. Rangel.
And are you Mr. Rangel?
Yes, I am. Miss.
All right, you're charged with injury to a child or elderly or disabled person, bodily injury as a third-degree felony. Range of punishment is anywhere from 2 to 10 years in prison and up to a $10,000 fine. Did you understand that the court would grant your application for deferred adjudication? If for any reason your deferred adjudication were revoked, the court could find you guilty and sentence you up to 10 years in the prison and up to a $10,000 fine.
Yes,
Did you review the plea bargain page with your attorney? Did you understand it?
yes, I did.
According to the plea, the state is proceeding on count 2. Punishment is to be assessed at a cap of 4 years in the prison. There's a $1,500 fine. State will be silent on your application. There's an affirmative finding of family violence, and there's to be no contact with the complainant. Did you understand that to be the entirety of your plea?
Yes, Miss, I did.
Defense,
Yes, Your Honor.
state?
Yes, Your Honor.
Then to the offenses charged in count 2, how do you plead? Guilty, not guilty, or no contest? Court will accept into evidence state's exhibits 1 and attachments and review the same. State, have you had any contact with the complainant?
Yes, we have.
All right. And do you have any input? Well, I know they're silent. Do you know if they are objecting to his having deferred?
Would object to the deferred, Your Honor, yes.
Okay, all right, thank you. And the reason why I'm asking that, counsel, is to see if this can be taken care of today.
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, let me review the documents. All right, so court is going to find there's sufficient evidence to find you guilty. The court will defer finding of guilt as you've applied for deferred adjudication. And counsel, how old is your client?
62.
62.
Your Honor.
And so let me see the complainant's age. All right, so they're going on an injury to the elderly, bodily injury or disabled person. I don't know. He's not disabled, correct? All right, the elderly part. All right, if you all want to, I can reset this for sentencing, do a PSI. PSI is going to take about 8 weeks. Or if y'all want to call it back sooner, I can ask that the complainant appear and I'll make a decision on the application.
Judge, if we can do it back sooner, depending on the court's availability, I would appreciate that.
All right. Oh, the complainant is here. Do you all want to proceed with sentencing now?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. Let's bring the complainant up.
I'm right here.
Hello, sir.
Yes, ma'am.
All right, can you raise your right hand for me, please? Do you solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you give will be the truth and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
I mean,
All right, you can lower your hand, state your name for the record.
Joey Ramirez.
So state, I know you're silent. Defense, any objections to the court asking the witness questions, or would you just like to ask questions?
No, Your Honor, no objection to the court.
All right. So how long have you known the defendant?
Oh, like about 15 years.
All right. How did y'all first meet?
Well, I used to buy drugs,
Okay.
and I met him at a connection.
All right. And let me just tell you about that. Everybody's life starts on a certain place, and hopefully we're improving it. Okay. So you all have known each other for 15 years. How did it come that he lived with you?
Well, he drove up on me one day and he said, I need a place to stay for about 2 weeks. And I said, oh, okay. 2 weeks, okay. And then he came back and he told me, hey, well, I'm not gonna make it. Can you give me more time? So yes, okay. And then he had told me that if he needed to leave, he would. Like my kids wanted to come back home, he would get up and take off, no questions asked.
Mhm.
I'll leave. If you need the room back because of your kids. And the deal came up where they raised the rent and
And so the children were going to be put out and he wanted them to come stay with him?
my grandson, his wife, and the 2 kids, and my daughter needed a place to stay. Well, I got a home, and I've held my home because in case of an emergency.
And so you want him to leave and it's understandable. So you wanted your daughter, the grandchildren to come because their rent had been raised.
They didn't have money to pay.
Mhm.
And,
Oh, no,
and-
I understand.
and then I told him, I said, remember what you told me when you came?
Mhm.
And that if you needed me to get up and leave, I would leave. So, and he didn't say nothing. And
So this is what I want to tell you. So he's asking for probation. And I have a choice to make. If I give him probation, he can't stay with you. I'm not going to allow him to contact you. So his driving by to talk to you, whatever friendship you had with him will be considered over because I won't allow him to contact you. Do you understand?
that's what I want to.
All right. So I'm leaning towards giving him probation, not allowing him to come near your home, not allowing him to contact you at all. All right. Do you have any problems with that?
No, I don't.
Okay.
I
Now,
just
let me ask
like,
you,
whatever has coming to him, well, it's okay. And then, I'm sure he understands the consequences now.
let me ask you this. Did you have any bills related to this?
Uh, well, I got insurance, right?
Mhm.
And I use my insurance.
Did you have to pay a deductible?
Yes.
What's your deductible? How much was it?
Um, ma'am, I don't know, to be honest with you.
All right, so here's the thing. You don't have to give it to me now. What I'll do is I'm going to order him defense.
Yes, Your Honor.
If there's a deductible, I'm going to order that your client pay whatever the deductible was.
Yes, Your
And
Honor.
because I'm looking at the injury, the mark on the face, I don't know if EMS was called out for the mark on the face or not, but if EMS was called out or you used EMS for this, he's gonna have to pay for that, because I know that's
Oh, yes, I
expensive.
think I got a
Okay,
bill for that.
all right, so what I'm telling you, defense, there really is no need for a restitution hearing. If there's a deductible and you give the state proof of the deductible, he's paying for it. If you give the state proof of the EMS bill, he's paying for it. You understand?
Yes.
Now, with regards to the room that you allowed him to live in, were there any damages to that room by him?
No, no.
Okay. Is there anything else that I can do with regards to conditions for him that would make you feel safe?
Uh, I believe this was enough,
Okay.
that he did what he did and I did what I did. And that's it.
Okay. Well, thank you. Let me just tell you, number one, thank you so much for dressing appropriately for court.
Yes, ma'am.
I truly appreciate that. And thank you for giving me some insight into your relationship with him. And now I understand, because sometimes there are not things in the police report, and I always want to know about that. But I will tell you this, if somebody comes to live with you and you're allowing them to live with you, they really should understand. At the end of the day, if my children need to be here or my grandchildren need to be here, they're going to trump your being here. So thank you so much, okay?
Yes, Your Honor.
No, thank you. All right, Mr. Rangel, when somebody asks you to leave their home, you need to leave their home. Because at the end of the day, unless somebody has children like the children from Children of the Corn or Rosemary's Baby, and even in Rosemary's Baby, Mia Farrow was like, no, this is my baby.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, their children are going to be chosen before you. They're going to be put above you. The grandchildren are going to be put above you. And when somebody asks you to leave, maybe they should give you some extra time to leave, but maybe they won't. Nope. Do you look like you're losing this case? Do you want to lose this case? All right. So this is what the court is going to do. The state was asking for a cap of 4 years. I'm going to give you your deferred. If you are unsuccessful on it, you're looking at 10 years in the prison. Do you understand? So here's your choice. If you want to go along with the cap of 4, I will sentence you to 3 years prison today. Otherwise, you're going to be on 8 years deferred adjudication probation. Which would you prefer? The 3 years in prison or 8 years deferred?
8 years first, please.
All right, so it's going to be 8 years deferred adjudication, regular reporting by Zoom or in person, regular random UAs, proof of employment or SSI within 30 days, no employment as a home health care provider or with minors. There's going to be restitution to the complainant. Joe Ramirez for the EMTs and also for whatever deductible. And of course, defense if the insurance paid for the EMTs then. And there's to be no contact with Joe Ramirez or the location. And counsel, I need a trial court certification. I don't have that. Or Park Village. Field visits, 1 time per month until further notice. 200 hours of community service restitution. I'm going to order anger management. Once anger management is complete, then the community service hours will be deemed satisfied. There's an affirmative finding of family violence. There's to be a $1,500 fine, and that will be probated. Probation, is there anything else? Is there anything else you need from the court to be successful?
Well, I'm on methadone. I've been 4 years clean from heroin.
All right, there's going to be a TAP evaluation out of custody. I'm sorry, TAP evaluation and a referral to felony drug court in custody. Well, congratulations on your sobriety. I
Thank
appreciate
you.
that.
Thank you very much, miss. God to give me, only God can get me there, miss.
Yes. And state, thank you so much. All right, good luck to you.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you. Brandon Banks. Court is calling 2024 CR 009618 State versus Brandon Banks. Can I have parties announced for the record? State, defense?
Matt Stolhansky for Mr. Banks,
And are you-
although, may I say, Your Honor?
Yes.
I've substituted in for Judith Wimmert. I talked to Judith. It shows her name on the papers, but I'm proper attorney.
All right. Do you have any objections to this attorney standing in?
Ma'am.
And are you Mr. Banks?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you understand? You're charged with the offense of evading arrest or detention second or more as a state jail felony. Range of punishment is anywhere from 180 days to 2 years in the state jail facility and up to a $10,000 fine. Did you review the plea bargain page with your attorney? Did you understand it?
Yes, ma'am.
According to the plea, punishment is to be assessed at 2 years in the state jail facility. State recommends community supervision. Did you understand that to be the plea?
Yes, ma'am.
Defense?
That's it, Your Honor.
State?
Yes, Judge.
Outside the agreement, the state is recommending a TAP evaluation and that your community supervision be for a term of 3 years. Then to the offenses charged, how do you plead? Guilty, not guilty, or no contest?
Guilty.
Court will accept into evidence states exhibits 1 and attachments. Court has reviewed the same. Court will find there is sufficient evidence to find you guilty, and the court will find you guilty. Are you proceeding with sentencing?
Yes, ma'am.
Anything you wish to say on behalf of your client?
Just that Mr. Banks has some mental health issues. He takes, what are the drugs you take?
Haldol, Elavil, just depression, antidepressant.
Okay.
So I didn't know if there's some help that we could get for those
Yes.
things.
All right, this is what the court is going to do. Do you have any children, sir?
2 daughters, ma'am,
And what are their ages?
16 and 14.
And do they live with you?
No, ma'am, they live with their mother.
All right. And who is your support system?
My wife, Amber Banks.
All right. This is what the court is going to do. The court is going to sentence you to no contact with Lauren B. Maldonado, Frank Andy Hernandez. The court will sentence him to 2 years in the state jail facility, suspended for 3 years. Regular reporting by Zoom or in person, regular random UAs, TAP evaluation, and MIC evaluation in custody, followed Rex. Are you employed or do you receive SSI?
I'm working to get my check.
All right, proof of employment within 30 days of release, no employment as a home health care provider or with minors. 100 hours of community service restitution. I'm going to order anger management classes. Once that's completed, the community service hours will be deemed satisfied. Field visits 1 time per month until further notice. Probation, is there anything else? Is there anything else you need from the court to be successful? All right, good luck to you. Know better, do better.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Thank you.
All right, you're
Have a
welcome.
good day.
You too.
The Bexar County Sheriff's Office needs your help to find a man and a woman whom they say are armed and dangerous. 42-year-old Amber Webb and 41-year-old Brandon Banks, both wanted for aggravated assault with a deadly weapon. Earlier this month, authorities were called out to a shooting in South Bexar County. According to the report, the victim told deputies she went to pick up a piñata for a birthday party, but was soon confronted by Webb and Banks. Authorities say Webb allegedly started arguing with the victim over a dog. After she told Webb she did not know where the dog was, Webb allegedly pulled out a handgun, pointed it towards her, and started shooting. The victim was able to take cover near a pool table, shielding herself from the gunfire. After shots were fired, both Webb and Banks got into their vehicle and took off. They have been on the run ever since. Amber Webb is 5'6" and weighs 110 pounds. She has identifiable tattoos on her neck. Webb is known to hang out in East Bexar County. Brandon Lynn Banks is 6'2" and weighs 194 pounds. He's got a tattoo on his neck that says, "Mind your own blank business." Banks is known to hang out in South Bexar County.